Hi everyone, today we're going to be looking at a game versus Bradenburg-Prussia 6 as Keeper of the Forbidden Wilds. Keeper is a pretty strong spirit, and essentially what we want to do is try to get our growths out as much as possible. So we have 2 growths that we can potentially go for once we have energy. Turn 1, we want to play a card that lets us have 3 energy next turn. So usually that's one of your 1-cost cards, although I have played it where I've done the reclaim option, which gives you an extra energy, and then you can play Sacrosanct Wilderness on turn 1, which lets you place 2 wilds. This playthrough, I do go for a card draw. Growth through Sacrifice shows up, but we're just gonna not pick that up. We do want Sun and Plant, so that's kind of what I'm looking for. And then Fire as well. But I think Fire is... yeah, I guess we only have 1 fire, so Sun, Fire, Plant. So I go for Song of Sanctity because there's that mountains right in the middle that I can clean and put blight with. So I can place 2 presents this turn, since I have the 3 energy to do so. And Keeper has pretty high energy gain, so we can go into major powers a little later, or right away. We're pretty flexible. Usually I like to gain a couple minor powers first, just to be able to forget or have more choice in what I want to forget. So I go for Renewing Rain, and already I have 3 cards that clean up Blight. So Jungles and Wetlands, Explorers, and then I have a Coastal build, which is basically just Jungles and Wetlands again. So we're getting a lot of the same lands all showing up repeatedly. So I undid that and placed a Sacred Site in the middle so that I could target with Renewing Rain. We do get 3 Blight, but because I cleaned up that initial Blight, I still have a healthy island, thankfully. And then I get to clean up some more Blight. So usually I do like to go for energy first rather than card plays, but you can go straight up to 3 card plays if you want to, especially if you get kind of low cost minor powers. But I kind of like going up on energy, so I'm going for a major power here, and I have 2 cards with Sun, which is Unrelenting Growth and Accelerated Rot. But I tend to like the defensive option, just because we don't have any defensive options to start out. Also, Unrelenting Growth We don't really need, just because we can place a ton of presents anyways. And since we're getting another Ravage, I think it's decent to have the defensive option. So I think I'll go to... I guess the defense 6 doesn't really cover the corner wetlands completely. Then Sacrosanct Wilderness can either deal damage or... So I think I use Sacrosanct Wilderness to just take out the town in the jungle. And I picked the top wetlands because there's the Dahan there. And I'll get the counterattack. But the event is farmers seek the Dahan for aid, so the Ravage doesn't go through. I still would have taken 3 Blight in that scenario if the Ravage did go through and get a Blighted Island, so probably a different scenario in that case, but I have a bunch of cities instead of a Blighted Island, which I think is favorable for Keeper of Forbidden Wilds just because it goes into major powers really easily. So here I could either get the plant or go to 3 card plays. I think it's here I might go for 3 card plays if I could do this again, but I think going up on energy is also good, so really up to you. I did need a reclaim though in order to get the defense back. I do go for the 3 card plays. And as Keeper, I'm not as I feel like I'm not as cognizant of the my innate powers as much. Maybe because it's really easy to get them with just like the starting cards. And I feel like Keeper is more of a, I guess, power card focused spirit, just because it goes into major powers really easily. So I have Sands Ravaging. Sacrosanct Wilderness could take care of one of the sands. So I take care of the sands that don't have Dahan in it, because the Dahan can counterattack and deal with the other town. Jungles are coming up, so it might be best to put Strife in jungles. But I put it in the wetlands, I think, primarily because of the blight. So kind of good to plan ahead for blight. Jungles are coming up, which has a lot of cities in it. But slow actions, I do have Towering Wrath, which can get rid of City, and then the innate has the extra damage to completely clear it. Yeah, just clear out the jungle. And still doing pretty well on Blight. Just because I got all of those cards that removed Blight kind of early on. Go for a major power, and yeah, usually I go for Talons of Lightning. I think it's just the fact that it's fast and has a good damage and fear, I think is really good. I just forget a card in my discard. And I think I am struggling with energy a little bit. So I think getting up in energy is worth a little more right now than getting more card plays. I think I maybe should have played Song of Sanctity because it has the Sun instead of Renewing Rain, and I would have been able to activate my innate with that, but probably didn't see that. Yeah, I think Song of Sanctity would have been better. I also think getting more energy earlier is better because then you can, like, I kind of get into this reclaim loop where I just don't have enough energy to use the second or the fourth growth option to place a second presence. So maybe going up on energy might have been a little bit more ideal. Reclaim, play Talons of Lightning again, and clear out this corner wetlands. Mountains and wetlands are building, so I'd like to push out from one of the mountains. So Towering Wrath can take care of the mountains. Sands are going to build twice. Wetlands is a problem. I do have 2 damage here. Wetlands is also is ravaging and then building again, so get another major power, and I see Cast Down to the Briny Deep, and this is like a really great card because I have just so many invaders on the coast. It's really expensive, but Keeper of the Wilds can pay for it. Go up on energy, get to 9 energy, play Cast Down to Briny Deep. So I just go Weave Lies here. It's getting towards the end of the game, and I really need to get a win quickly. So, get to Terror level 3. Once you get to Terror level 3, your fear cards like really do a good amount. So deal with one of the sands, and then, I mean, look at this fear card, and look how many invaders go away. Crazy. Sands is a problem, wetlands is a problem, jungles is a problem, and pretty much need to win either on this turn or next turn. But Cast Down to Briny Deep does have 6 fear, and if I can kill these cities, that's another like 6 fear, plus the town. So at this point, it's last turn. Terror level 3. I know I just generated a ton of fear from Cast Down to Briny Deep, so I want to look at. I have those 2 fear cards, and I'm wondering how much fear I need to get a terror victory. So I check, I have 1 fear card left, and I have 3 out of 4 fear, so I literally just need to generate 1 fear. And then Talons of Lightning generates 3 fear fast. I don't really need to gain this extra power, but doesn't really matter what you do with it. I just need the Talons of Lightning. And finish out with a terror victory. Thanks for watching.